everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. If you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I make videos about homeschool, travel, life in general, those kinds of things. I actually haven't made a lot of just general life update videos or talked too much about what's going on in our personal lives, and that is definitely going to change big time in this video because we have some big changes coming. But this is going to be just a July recap, things we got up to in July. If you saw my video last week, then you know we started school, which was not my original plan. So I will talk more about all of that in this video. All right, starting with the beginning of July, we went to Hershey. I did not vlog our Hershey trip. I do have 2 Hershey vlogs on my channel if you would like to check those out. But that was a nice, fun, quick trip. We're about an hour and a half away from Hershey, so it's really not that far for an overnight trip or anything like that. So that is exactly what we did, and we had a great time. In the beginning of July is also my birthday. I love birthdays. If you've seen any of the birthday vlogs that I've done for my daughter's birthdays, like I just love celebrating birthdays, and I especially love my birthday. I give so much time to everyone else throughout the year, and I allow my birthday to be that one day that I am just like, you know what? It is all about me. So make sure to let me know in the comments if you are like that too, if you absolutely love your own birthday. I know it sounds like maybe a little selfish, maybe a little crazy, but I do. And as I said, July was also when we started our school year. So I originally had planned on us not starting until August. And when I really think about that, I don't know what I was thinking about when I planned out our unit studies, because I had planned a unit study for June, a unit study for July, but I also planned a unit study for August. And I'm not quite sure why I did that. Just that start of the school year is kind of just a busy time getting back into the routines and everything. So I'm not sure why I planned an August. Well, I didn't plan it, but I'm not sure why I chose an August unit study when I also had been thinking we would be starting our school year in August. Those just aren't 2 things that I would normally put together. So anyway, getting back to July, we had a tomato unit study planned, and because we started the school year, I didn't really do much with the tomato unit study. So we still grew our tomatoes. Our neighbor also grows tomatoes, so that's fun. And I will put a video. My brothers have been growing an amazing garden at my grandmother's farm. So we've definitely been around tomatoes and other fruits and vegetables, but we have not done the deep dive that I was planning on doing. I've already purchased the unit study. It is something that I will definitely do in a slower season, but now is not that time. So the reason that we started school mid-July instead of waiting until August is because life is going to get crazy. So right in the beginning of July, we ended up purchasing a house. It was a whirlwind. We had just decided that we were going to start looking seriously, and we basically found everything on our checklist in this house. So we are so excited about this house, but if you know much about buying a house, it is quite the process. So not only was that quite the process, but we do own our home. So we also had a home to sell. So July was buying a house as well as selling the house that we live in. And selling that house involved just packing up a lot of stuff, getting ready for showings, having those showings. We were fortunate that the house sold very quickly, but it is still a lot. And you might say, then why did you start school? And that is a really good question. But the reason I still started our school year with everything else being completely chaotic is because I would like to take 3 weeks off around September. We have a lot going on between moving out here, moving into the new place. Evan and I actually have an anniversary trip planned in September. So we have a lot of things that we are gonna do, and I am hoping to take a full 3 weeks completely off. Now, I love the way that we do things. We are mostly 4 days a week. I do reserve Fridays for some things, but I try to keep Fridays very light. So we mostly do 4 days a week for homeschool. And I kind of had to decide, do we add all 5 days in? Do we go a little bit longer with our school year? Or do I just start early? And what I ended up deciding was to start early. So that is why, although it seemed like a crazy time to start our school year, I decided to just get us started so that once we are in the swing of moving out and moving in on top of a vacation, we can just not have to focus on homeschool. If you watch my videos for just homeschool stuff, I will still be continuing to post homeschool videos, but I also will be posting some different things as we adjust to life in our new home. My channel originally started out with like baby videos and products and our house renovation, because we did a full first floor renovation in this home now. So if you go far back, you'll see all of that stuff. And it kind of just evolved with what's going on in our lives. And right now, homeschool has been just the biggest thing going on, but this move is going to be very big as well. So if you do just follow this channel for homeschool stuff, thank you so much. I do truly appreciate it. I'm super excited about this move. As I said, this house just checked a lot of the boxes off on our list. And one of those things that was a nice to have, not a must have, was a space dedicated for homeschool. We don't have that in this house, and it has worked out completely fine. I know you don't need a dedicated space for homeschool, but between some things being upstairs, some things being downstairs, some things being in Alani's room, some things being in my room, it'll definitely be easier to have things more in one central location, especially because this is something I do as well. Making video content is something that I do and enjoy. So I have cameras, I have lighting, I have tripods, I have all of these different things that I'm also storing on top of all of the things for curriculum and our homeschool needs. And then on top of that, my husband works from home, so he is also here. And it started to just really feel like we were kind of just all on top of each other. So it's really gonna be nice to have our dedicated spaces for just all of the different things we're trying to accomplish in a day. So yes, again, I'm super excited about this big move, and I plan to take you guys along for the ride. But getting back to just our start of homeschool in the middle of July, at this point, we've done a little over 2 weeks, and we're still getting our feet wet, still figuring out what works best, moving some things in the schedule. So I will make sure to do a video, like I guess maybe a month in, to just let you know what things have changed since the first day, since my original setup and planning. And then I will also do a plan with me. I wanted to make sure that we were a little further in to the homeschool year. I mean, I know it's only a month, but I wanted to just make sure we had had a few weeks under our belt, and that when I do sit down to plan, I have a little more information about what is working and what I'm changing. So I will make sure to have those 2 videos out most likely in August. Another thing that was a big part of our July was camps. Alani had started in June with gymnastics and dance camp. And then in July, she had a theater camp, which was the absolute cutest thing. So for a week, they learned the lines, the songs, the dances for a cute little 30-minute musical. And then at the end of that week, they did a performance. Alani loved it. It was so adorable. And I'm definitely signing her up for the fall for musical theater because she had so much fun. But the week that we started our homeschool, the girls also had half-day camp at our church, which is just a phenomenal camp that they do every year for free. And Alani loved it. And since Evan, my husband, is a volunteer this year, they did allow you to bring a child who's not necessarily the age range for the camp. So this year, Emmy got to join as well, and she had so much fun. It was such a good experience for both of them. And then they had our community camp, which was it's not a full day, it's a 9 to 1 kind of thing. So they still had lunch there, but it wasn't the full day of camp like when Alani did dance and gymnastics camp. But that was a great experience for both of them as well. With our move, I'm gonna have to find a lot of different things. Now, we're not moving too far from where we are now, but just far enough that I probably won't be coming out here for all of their activities. But it all kind of worked out that the week we were doing our showings was the girls' last week of camp. So they were still somewhere while we were dealing with all of that, and that was super helpful. I mean, the stars just aligned for that one because I had not planned it that way. But yeah, I would say between buying a house, going to Hershey, my birthday, starting school, multiple camps, and selling our house, July was a jam-packed month, but it was full of so many blessings, and we are just so excited. If you are new to my channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you've been supporting me all of this time, I just want to say thank you so much. It means the world to me. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, please just leave them in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.